Guys, it's indeed a pleasure having you here again. Today is 0909, the 9th of September 2022, and we are going to be talking about this particular trade that you can see in front of you, the USDJPY. We have been talking about this for a little while, where we have already addressed the crazy movement with respect to how bullish it has been, how it has been flying higher and higher without any remorse whatsoever, right? So this is a clean chart as we have in front of you, just showing positions. There are two positions here on this demo. On my live, I have about 3 positions, but at the same time, what I want to do is to explain the reason why I was able to enter this particular market in as much as what we have in front of us is a CT trade, a counter trend trade. Now, they say what goes up must come down, and that is very, very true, very, very correct. But the question that nobody has answered is, when will it come down? That is the only question. And that is why some traders, as I always say, they tend to fade their positions. Meaning that when the market is going up, they could place the first position here, and then it goes up some more, they place another position up some more. They could have about 3, 4 positions fading. But then for you to do that, you need to have deep pockets. I won't say like the banks, but you have to have deep pockets where you can easily use risk that would, help you to be able to achieve that. Now, I'm also going to show you a few reasons here. Going to take try my best to not take much of your time. And if you look at what we have right in front of us, this was the first clue that we have here on the monthly time frame. If you look at the monthly time frame, this is an area. This is a key area of resistance, and price has not gotten here since 1998. You can see from 1998 over here, and of course price tested this, and the manner in which it tested it, it went for the Q. It just went in a straight manner, as in no remorse whatsoever, taking out stops, taking out clearing key zones, key levels without any hesitation. And from here, I knew that there had to be some form of reaction. And then what did I do? I now had this area. Of course, without anybody telling you it's an uptrend, number one, and without anybody telling you, you should know that, for the counter trend traders, that is, they're always saying, oh, this is overbought. It is overbought. It is time to sell. Yes, quite right, but when? And then if you also have a look at this without even setting or placing an RSI or MACD or escalator, you should be able to see that there is divergence over here, right? I'm just going to draw this in this manner. Oops. You should be able to see that there's divergence over here. And then with the divergence, look at what we have. We now have a flag pattern, right? A rising flag. And of course, look at what happened. It hit here once and then hit this other upper side of the trend line 2 times. And you could have gotten 2 sweet positions here. If you are fading, you could have had 2 or even 3 positions here, depending on the number of pips you're using to fade. That is one way to look at it. Now, another way is, after you get hit here, probably you enter here, you get your stop loss here, you then enter again, and then after entering again, this one will now be doing very well for you. But then I want to show you a pattern that some of you might not have seen. I'll actually show you 2 patterns that are very similar and very dear to me. Now, what do we have here? Here is what we call the left shoulder. Yes, since you heard me say the left shoulder, you should know where I'm going to. The left shoulder, then we have the head. Oops, this is the head, and then this here, my hand's not too straight, please manage it. And then we have the right shoulder here. Let me show you something. The right shoulder extends all the way here. Now, this was the original right shoulder, but then if you look at what we have over here, we have a low, we have a high, and a low, a high, and then here we have a lower low, and then it comes back to this area. I don't know whether you are familiar with the pattern that is known as the QM, right, which is Quasimodo. There's a Quasimodo pattern that looks very much similar to the head and shoulders, right? We also had this, and then you would have had another, potential entry here. So you had about 1, 2, 3, 4. You had 4 potential entries in this area here. Now, as you can see, the struggle was happening here. You should have given you heads up that the market is getting ready to reverse. Head and shoulders pattern, QM patterns are strong when it comes to reversals. And then from what we have over here, as you are looking at it, right? As you're looking at it, you could have gotten a few, possible entries to take it back down. Take it back down. We map this area at the beginning of this flag or this rising flag over here. You could have had this as your first TP, your TP1, your first TP, and then finally over here, if you look over here, sorry, my hand's not too straight. You had this as a potential second TP, and you can see what is happening here. Price is still pushing lower and lower. This position is about if I'm not mistaken, I think this position, the first position, is around 100 and about 240 pips now in profit, while the second one is about 160 pips thereabout in profit. All in all, in my three positions, I'm holding on my live account, I have more than 500 pips on just one instrument. And you too can also do this. I mean, you can also take advantage of this. We talked about this in the mentorship program that we have. We run a mentorship program regularly. We talked about this also. I went on Facebook Live and discussed this week as well, because this really caught my attention. And when it catches your attention, it is something for you to continue to, keep an eye on. And I'm going to show you the quick build up. I'm going to show you a quick build up because I tend to do screenshots, at least to do screenshots. And then looking over here, you can see the screenshot over here of where we mapped out that price was heading to these highs over here. Remember, we talked about the highs here not too long ago. And then from the highs, let me show you the continuous build up. Let me just move to the side. So from here, the monthly time frame, you can see the build up where we wrote next trouble area. And then here, you can see what we had here. We had this rising flag channel pattern from the 4 hours time frame, but you can see this one that we mapped out here. This was where we got our first entry, right? You could have gotten one here and then faded. Fading also has to do with martingale. So you could have gotten nice entries here. Now look at what happened. This was the build-up, right? Because your chart number one should look simple, nice, and easy on the eyes. The easier it is on the eyes, the better for you. Let me continue the build-up, and then we had our entry, and you can see we had our first entry, and then you can see looking on, we had, if you look very well, please, I'm going to just do some markets for you, right? Please, you can watch this video again, rewind, and all to understand better, because these patterns, they tend to repeat themselves. This was the left shoulder, this was the head, right? And this was the build-up coming on down and then going back up to form that right shoulder. So let me clean this up, and then let me continue to show you the screenshots that we did. Okay, sorry, this is for Euro USD. We did some other screenshots along the way. It was gold. Beautiful. So now look at the continuous screenshot that we did for this dollar yen. Finally, our entry was here, then it came down, came back again. This could have been a second entry for you, anybody that was here. It came back again and then gave you another entry here. This was like the resistance that broke, but later came to act as resistance again and gave you not one, but two potential entries for you to drop further down. This would have been a conservative take profit, and now it is heading over to 141. So if you understand exactly what we are doing here, you could have gotten some nice positions. I repeat, some nice positions. Let me just look for it. Some nice positions like this, right, that we're currently looking on the live chat. I'm going to round up now. I'm going to leave you with this. If you want to be successful, you need to follow the person that knows the road to success. Simple. If you want to understand the market like an open book, you need to find out from the person that you are following, does this person actually know what he or she is doing, right? And of course, with that said, you know the rest. So if you want to learn how to trade, you can hit me up on the DM, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm on CSA Forex on Instagram as well, right? Any way whatsoever, you can comment in the section below and see how we can hook up. In the description also, I'll put the course and the mentorship that we run so that you can take advantage of it. Now look at how nice and smooth the market is moving. Normally, what you can do, take your time and adjust your position. Right, as you can see, I'm locking in profit. You can easily do this on your own. We talk about trade management. We talk about a whole lot of things that will help you to understand the market better. So I want to say thank you guys, as indeed been a good one today. And of course, use the weekend to get some rest. Apart from getting some rest this weekend, try to review your charts and then see where you could have made some adjustments and then see how you could have, made more money at the end of the day or avoided some losses and so on. I hope nobody crashed an account. If you did and you're watching this, reach out, let's have a chit chat, right? And of course, with the news that we heard yesterday of the passing of the Queen or of England, Queen Elizabeth II, condolences goes to the royal family and of course to the whole of England as a whole. And of course, I believe the new saying is long live King Charles III, right? So with that said, thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye. And of course, God bless. Cheers.